How are you doing, folks? We're back in lockdown 5 and welcome to 2021, the same as 2020. So I said I would do I do more videos, but this time I'm going to do them slightly differently. Last time I did full-on big meals for the evening. So what I'm going to focus on now is every week I'm going to make a larder staple, so something you can keep in the larder, and then do 4 to 5 dishes that are really quick coming off of that. So I'm going to start with a simple one, which is pesto. Now I'm using, shameless plug, this book, Wild Garlic, but I'm making a basil pesto. Because all the recipes have been this are on wild garlic, which means literally any herb can be used in its place. And I'm just going to make my own version of a basil pesto. And I'm basing it off of that recipe in that book. Now you can get that on our online shop. And wild garlic season is coming as well. So hopefully by March and April, when wild garlic is there, we can get back at it. So as I said, I'm going to do a basil pesto. Use the stalks. There's more flavour in the stalks than the leaves. Put them in as well. Basically what you want is, that's basil. I'm going to put in about an equal amount of parsley. Any parsley, flat leaf, curly, doesn't matter. And put that in there, okay? Garlic, whole cloves. You can chop them up or crush them a little bit if you want. Just chop them down, crush them, throw them in. Garlic, it's down to yourself. Do you like a lot of garlic in it? Add a lot. If you don't, less, but you got to put a little bit in. Throw them in there. Nuts. These are walnuts. You can use pine nuts if you prefer. I like the ones with walnuts. Now these were dry roasted in a pan. Just literally a hot pan, nothing in it. Add the nuts. It just starts releasing the oils in it and the flavours. Salt. Sea salt. A little touch of cracked black in it as well. Now, something that you might expect in it, juice of half a lemon as well. It really lifts the flavours of the whole thing. Use the juice of half a lemon. Now, traditionally you put Parmesan in. If you're making it for a vegetarian, Parmesan is not necessarily vegetarian because the rind is washed with a rennet. And that can often be animal based. And Parmesan then has a very particular flavour, not to everybody's. I started using Kel's Bay cheese recently in the restaurant on our cheese boards and everything else, and I love it. It's a hard cheddar. The one we have is a 24-month-old. They do a Dillis seaweed one as well, fab. So I'm actually using that instead. And that's going in there as well. Now I'm not adding oil at the moment. I'm going to just blend this one. So we're going to pause the video for a second while I blend this.
Oh.
Now, so what I've done is I've just blended it. You don't want to massively blend it, but just blend it down before you add the oil, because otherwise the oil will thicken. So we're going to put on a lower speed. We're just going to start adding a little faster than that. Start adding the oil in. Roughly about right. Until you get a nice paste like this. So, you see what you mean, and just give it a twirl around. Now, okay, I'm using rapeseed oil, it's Irish. You can use olive oil if you prefer. I just rarely use it, I prefer the Irish rapeseed oil. There's no flavour to it, and it just allows the flavour of what you're doing to come through. So, now one of the things I'm going to do for, as I said, these are for larder staples. You can get these jars really cheap, like €2-3. A couple of those in the fridge with your stuff in them, and you have stuff to go. You can also just use jam jars. If you have decent sized jam jars, you can just use them too. I would use them as well for our stuff, just a good sized jam jar. So we're just going to put that there to one side and pour this in here. And then just use our spatula, clean it all out. And voila. Now the one thing about pestos is they freeze really well. as well. You can, if you put them into like plastic tubs or ice cube trays or anything like that, they will freeze, no problems, and last for ages. But this is handy inside in your fridge. And then when you want to throw together a quick dish, which I'm going to show you over the next couple of days, is a couple of quick dishes. So that's my quick pesto. As I said, I'm going to do a couple of dishes out of this over the next few days and put them on. The recipe is from this. As I said, every one of them can be used for a herb recipe rather than wild garlic, but wild garlic season is coming. And I'm going to bang out a couple of dishes over the next few days, all fast, all quick, all healthy, more based on lunch, because the last set of videos I did were very much dinner time. So thanks for tuning in, and we're going to see you soon. Keep on keeping on.